So I spend money on neopets.com, but not on what I'm just about to show you. I spend money on digital items for this cow that I want to make a pastel cow that will look like a strawberry cow. That's what I spend money on. But today we were checking out the Fairy Fortune Cookie, which do cost real life money. They are 100 Neocash in the Neocash Mall, but every account is given 150 Neocash when you open up your account, and for some reason I never spent mine when I opened mine 6.5 years ago, so I used that to buy this fortune cookie. So we're not covering something that I actually spent real life money on, but I mean I did spend money on strawberry items, except I didn't even spend money on strawberry items. I spent money on this stuff that I had to trade for strawberry items. But today we're not getting into mystery caps and how I want Neopets to stop doing mystery caps. I want to cover this fairy fortune cookie, which thankfully didn't actually cost me anything. So a fairy fortune cookie will give you a guaranteed fairy quest for 9 days on Neopets. And if you have no idea what I'm talking about, here's a basic rundown. There are different fairies in Neopia, and sometimes they will call upon us Neopians to give them some sort of item, and they will give us a reward in return. There are 13 different fairies that are usually floating around. One of them is only for premium members that could come up from this fortune cookie. Since I'm not premium, I don't get the premium fairy. And they all give you different rewards, and they all ask for different things. And I'm sure everyone is asking, Ames, why did you spend 100 Neocash on a fortune cookie? Well, fairy quests are very rare. When I was playing as a kid, I don't think I ever got a fairy quest, despite playing like every day, all day. I never got a fairy quest because it will just be a random event of like an earth fairy being like, hey, give me stuff. And I got a random event fairy quest only just recently. Like all those years I was playing as a kid, nothing. I got one like a couple weeks ago for an earth fairy, and I was like, huh, I don't think I've ever gotten a fairy quest before. So 9 days of guaranteed fairy quest for $1 seemed pretty good. To be fair, you can't just spend $1 on Neopets. You have to buy like Neocash, and you can get it through a couple different ways. You can buy it directly through the site. There are some people who sell Neocash cards, and you just have to spend at least $5, I think. So nothing is like $1. Like technically you'd have 400 more Neocash, so you could buy more fortune cookies or whatever it is that you want to buy, but you have to spend at least $5 to spend $1 on Neopets. But it is the cheapest thing in the NC Mall that is of any value. There's like this pink gift bag that you can give to a fairy who will only show up if you have Neocash items in your inventory. So if you don't want her and you're using these cookies, you better take your Neocash items out of your inventory and into your safety deposit box. But that pink bag is like 85 Neocash, but it's like worthless. Like she gives you stuff back, but no one cares about the Neocash Mall fairy. I'm sorry, like she looks cute, but I just don't want her stuff. What we really care about and why I bought this fairy fortune cookie was because I want a visit from the fountain fairy. She has the ability to dip your pets in a rainbow fountain and they will come out any color that you want, basically. I think there are some colors that you can't get. I think there's like Labray colors that you can't get from dipping in the fountain, but like you can have basically any color pet you want, and probably cheaper than buying the paintbrush depending on what she asks for and what color you want. I want a pastel cow, and that paintbrush is 12 million Neopoints. I don't even know if she asked for something that expensive. She can ask for some expensive things, but I don't know if she asked for something that's worth 12 million Neopoints. So it seems worth it to me. So that is what we're hoping for. We're hoping for a fairy fountain quest from one of these fortune cookies. So the first day I opened the fortune cookie, I actually didn't record it because I wasn't planning on making this video. I got a visit from the air fairy, and if you play Neopets, you know why I'm disappointed, but if you don't, the air fairy gives you movement speed in return for grooming items. So like she asked for really cheap stuff, but her reward is crap. A lot of these fairies give stat changes, and that's useful if you're trained for the Battle Dome. I have a Battle Dome pet where you want to like raise their stats so they're better at it, but movement speed means like nothing in the Battle Dome. Air fairy quests are like the least wanted quests. I did mine. She asked for a lipstick that was 400 Neopoints, and I was like, it's cheap, I'll do it, especially because it was my first quest from this first ever fortune cookie. Like I've never had one of these before, so I figured I'd do it. She gave me +2 movement speed, and I was like, okay, I'll see you tomorrow. On day 2 though, I recorded and I was so excited because we got the gray fairy, and the gray fairy, she has no magic of her own to like bless you with whenever you like give her whatever she wants. So she will ask the other fairies to give you a reward. It's random who she asks, but you do have a chance at getting the fountain fairy, and like Please, Gray Fairy, call up your friend Naya and have her let me take a dip in the rainbow pool so I can have my pastel cow and finally be able to sleep at night. She asked for Neopia Central Pet Pets, rarity 69 and under, and they're like so cheap, so she's not like a bad fairy to like take a gamble on, considering that she can give you any fairy's rewards. I think I got my spider from the Shop Wizard for like 850 Neo points, and I gave it to her and she gave me back +3 defense from the water fairy, which isn't bad. I am training up one of my pets for the Battle Dome, so I accepted it. It wasn't expensive either, so thank you, Gray Fairy, I guess. But next time, hit up your girl, the Fountain Fairy, please. On day 3, we also had the Gray Fairy, and I was like, oh my god, this is your second chance, Gray Fairy, please give me the Fountain Fairy. And she asked me for a tenna, which is not $10, it's a pet, and I went and bought it. It was like 1,085 Neo points, I believe, and she gave me levels from the Light Fairy. And the Light Fairy is not as bad as the Air Fairy. The levels are useful, I just don't like getting them from Fairy Quest because the way you have to train up your pet for the Battle Dome and like train up their stats, if you are like level 10 and like your strength stat is like 21, your strength stat is more than double of your level, and if any of your stats are more than double, you have to raise your level, which is fine if you're under the level cap. The level caps for like how expensive your training will be is like 10, 20. I don't know where it goes after that because I've only ever hit 20, but it goes something like that. So I don't really like getting levels from the Light Fairy, but I accepted it because I was under the level cap and I was like, okay, fine, it's okay. But next time, Gray Fairy, give me the Fountain Fairy, please. I'm begging. I know it's been like 3 days, but I want it. On day 4, I got the Water Fairy and I jumped out of my skin because regular Water Fairies and the Fountain Fairy look so similar. I was like, oh my god, this is the Fountain Fairy. Until I read that it was the Water Fairy and I was like, oh. I was like, I'll get more defense points, and I was like, okay, I can use more defense points. She asked for Heirloom Courgettes, which was a book. She only asked for books, I believe. It was like 3,700 Neo points, and she gave me my defense points, and I was like, okay, fine. Please don't show up again. Give me the Fountain Fairy. It's just like so cruel that they look so similar. Like they're both like the same type of fairy, technically. Like I think the Fountain Fairy is a Water Fairy, but like, can they look just slightly more different so I don't get excited and then let down again. On day 5, I got the Light Fairy. She asked for collectible cards. It was not expensive, but I decided not to do it because I did not want more levels, because if I leveled up, it would have messed up my stats and I would have had to pay more money to raise like my strength and my defense stats if my levels would have went over 20. So I just did not do this one, and it felt bad doing that because it's like, hey, if I actually spent like a real 100 Neo Cash on this, like 100 Neo Cash, that's like money that I actually gave to Neopets. It's like I don't want to abandon quests, but I was like, I don't really want to do this, and I could have just bought it and like gave that boost to like one of my other pets, but my other pets are not training for the Battle Dome. I have no interest in getting another Battle Dome pet. My Fairies We Talk is all that I need, so I decided to just abandon the quest. On day 6, it was the Water Fairy again. She asked for a book. It was like $3,800. I gave it to her. She gave me +3 defense, and I was like, okay, because that was like the last defense boost I could take before it would go too high over my levels and I'd have to level up anyway, and I still wanted to like level up my endurance and my strength. So I was like, okay, but once again, stop coming here, Water Fairy. We want the Fountain Fairy. Unless you can get that magic for yourself and you become the Fountain Fairy, I don't want to see you. On day 6, I got the Light Fairy. She asked for a collectible card and I declined it because I didn't want levels. Now on day 7, I got the Light Fairy and I declined it because I didn't want levels. It felt so bad declining those 2 in a row, but the Light Fairy should just feel bad for bothering me. Like, I made it clear the last time that I saw her that I didn't want to see her again, and she just showed up again. And then she was like kind of taunting me, being like, oh, if this quest is too complicated for you, I'm sure people would love to help you out. I'm like, it is not too complicated for me. I just do not wish to see you. Me and the Light Fairy have beef. I don't want to see her anymore. Goodbye. On day 9, guess who it was? It was the Water Fairy, another girl that I just did not want to see again. She asked for a book and I planned on using it. I don't think I actually accepted her quest, which is pretty whack because, again, I don't like declining these quests, but I'm pretty sure I didn't do it because I wanted to level it. I wanted to level up my Battle Dome pet, like strength and endurance, so I was like, I'll level those up first. So I don't think I fulfilled this quest. I might have. I'll have to check back in editing, but I think I declined this quest. Again, Water Fairy, I don't want to see you. And then on day 10? I'm very confused because I got 10 days worth of fairy quests, unless I just don't know math, which is valid. I might just not know math, but I think it depends on what time you open your fortune cookie for you to get an extra day, because I logged on this morning and the counter was still going on and it was like, hey, you could accept your quest today. So we got 10 days of fairy quests from this, but on day 10 this morning we got the water fairy and she was appropriately asking for a book called I'm Not Angry. Like, girl, I am angry, because how many times have I told you that I don't want to see you again? So she asked for this book, I'm Not Angry, and I did actually do this one because I leveled up some of my other stats beforehand, because like this was the last day of my fairy quest, so I was like, I can just keep this for a little bit. So I leveled up my other stats so I could do this, and then there would be more than twice the times of level 19, so I had to level up. And now it costs more to level up my Battle Dome pet, but it's like mostly evenly trained. Like, I'm overpaying like a little bit for strength, I think, but I was like, I'll just do this because it's the last quest from this cookie. But again, I can't believe she asked for I'm not angry. I think she's telling me that I shouldn't be angry. She's like, it's just $1. But like, girl, if I want to buy these, I have to spend at least $5, so don't you come at me saying this is only $1. Those were 10 days of fairy quests, and would I say it's worth it? Maybe. It depends. I think for me, I am going to get more fortune cookies. Like, I plan on like doing like 3 weeks of fortune cookies and seeing what I get, and then after that maybe waiting until Black Friday, because those fortune cookies go on sale for 50 Neo Cash on Black Friday, or at least they did. So if I do like a month of cookies and I don't get anything, I think I'll wait until then to try again. I would say they are pretty good. You get 9 or 10 days of guaranteed fairy quests, and you can play for years and get like no fairy quests, like me. Like, I just had my first random event fairy quest very recently, and I had been playing Neopets like forever. So I think it's like a pretty decent value. Like, if you could actually just spend $1 and not have to buy like $5 worth of cash, then it would be even better. I'd be like, hell yeah, that's worth it. But since you have to spend $5, depends on what you're looking for. The stat boosts are pretty nice if you're leveling up your Battle Dome pet, so I wasn't really mad at any of the boosts that I got, even though I kept declining the Light Fairy because she can fuck off. Like, I don't need her free levels. I don't want it. Thing. She's just trying to get me to spend more money on the swashbuckling island or wherever it is. I think it's like okay, depending on what you're asking for. You should like look up how much like paintbrushes and stuff cost if you want to like use these fountain fairies. I'm obsessed with the fountain fairy, okay? You should look up and see how much your dream colors are and see if it looks like it's something that you can achieve. Because like, if my dream pet was like a 600,000 Neo point paintbrush, I would not spend real money on these cookies to try and get that, because you can get 600,000 Neo points. It's harder if you're like a brand new account because you don't have Food Club, which I brought up in my Neopets Dailies video, but it's possible. So I probably wouldn't try to use these cookies for a fountain fairy dip unless you are looking for a very expensive color, or you really want to like train up your Battle Dome pet, which like if you have premium where you can fight this guy, he gives you these things that are very expensive that you can just sell, these Nerc mids, then that would be worth it. But if you're not interested in training up like a Battle Dome pet, if you are not looking for a pet color that costs like millions of Neo points, I would say don't spend real money on Neopets. I don't think it would be worth it for like a Strawberry Fields Forever paintbrush, right? Like, I don't think that would be worth it. But you can follow your dreams. Overall, I'm not mad at this fortune cookie, really. I do want to try another one, which means I will be spending a real life $1. And I know everyone's like, Angles, where the hell did you get $1? It's okay. Don't worry about it. But I probably will do at least one other one and then maybe 2 more after that. I did want to bring up this, which I learned recently. There is a thing on Neopets that is called Battle of the Obelisk, where you sign up for a faction, and if you're on the winning faction, you have to like do things like in the Battle Dome to like help your team win. You get these different boons, and one of these boons that you can get is refresh your fairy quest. So if you use these cookies and had guaranteed everyday fairy quests, you could refresh each quest for a higher chance of getting the fountain fairy. I think I might do that. I think I'm going to wait to buy another fortune cookie until the 4th, because the next Battle of the Obelisk starts on the 4th. It happens every other Monday, and I will see if my faction wins so I can get a sweet fairy. Why am I laughing? I can't say sweet fairy. Sweet fairy quest refresh. Oh my goodness, I cannot speak, but yeah, that's what I'm gonna be doing. Let me know if you've ever opened up fortune cookies before. Let me know if you got a Fountain Fairy quest from them. Let me know how many cookies you had to open up for that. I do stream on Twitch every Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday at 5 p.m. EST. I haven't done my Neopets stream over there, but I am planning on a day where we're going to do a Neopets stream, and we'll do dailies, and we'll answer questions, and we'll look at like cute stuff, and we'll think about dreamies and stuff. So if you want to be part of that, be sure to follow me over there. I also have a Ko-fi where you can support my content monetarily. I would very much appreciate it. But thank you for watching this rambling video where I constantly called things the wrong thing. Like the water fairy is the fountain fairy, and the fountain fairy is not answering her phone. But thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a lovely rest of your time zone, and I will see you in the next one. Goodbye.